Look closely at this portrait of Barron Trump from the 2026 State of the Union address. The internet immediately zeroed in on one unavoidable physical detail: his 6'9" frame. Standing next to his siblings in the gallery, the 20-year-old college student completely dwarfed the people around him. That intense public focus multiplied during a rare outing at a UFC event. When a fan captured a brief, seemingly ordinary handshake with Dana White, the internet fixated entirely on his surprisingly deep, commanding voice. Observers point directly to photos of Donald Trump from his 30s. Placed side by side, you can see how Barron mirrors his father's early facial structure and signature mannerisms, right down to the specific way he tilts his head and purses his lips. But while social media commenters and fashion critics spend their time debating whether his blue suit tie is too short or if he's outgrown his tailored coat, that relentless obsession with his physical transformation acts as a perfect smokescreen. It perfectly masks his transition from a shielded child to an active participant in the family's political operation. This sudden 2026 visibility is a sharp pivot from his childhood. For most of his life, Barron was the most fiercely protected first child in modern American politics. You have to look back to John F. Kennedy Jr. to find the last time a young male child lived in the White House. That intense historical spotlight prompted his family to take extreme measures to keep him out of the public eye. Following the 2016 election, he and his mother didn't immediately move to Washington. They stayed in their Manhattan penthouse for the first 6 months of the administration, prioritizing his mid-year schooling and deliberately insulating him from the Capitol's press corps. Inside that bubble, Melania and Barron communicated almost exclusively in Slovenian. By speaking her native language, they created a private communication channel that bypassed everyone around them, including their own Secret Service detail. This strategy of total avoidance reached its peak in January 2021, when his father delivered his final presidential farewell speech on the tarmac. Barron simply didn't attend, completely sidestepping the cameras. That manufactured invisibility gave him a unique advantage. While his older siblings navigated constant public scrutiny, he had the space to quietly observe the complex mechanics of political power without a single person watching him back. When the 2024 and 2026 political cycles began, the traditional campaign machine faced a glaring blind spot. With older siblings stepping back to focus on their private lives, the operation lacked a clear bridge to the youth demographic. Barron stepped into that vacuum with a specific solution. He advised bypassing traditional cable news entirely to target the alternative digital podcast landscape. He didn't casually suggest the idea, he actively guided the execution. He was the driving force behind his father's appearance in this podcast studio, knowing exactly how to translate the platform for a young male audience. This chart visualizes the impact of the digital pivot. Viewership spikes upward, hitting 50 million views for that single appearance. Converting this into voting data reveals the political result. The campaign secured a 36-point victory margin among young voters. To lock in that demographic, corporate advisors have even floated the idea of appointing Barron to the board of directors for the newly American-owned TikTok. An 18 to 20-year-old diagnosed the failing outreach of a 20th-century political machine, identified exactly what young voters were watching, and independently re-engineered the strategy for the digital age. His strategic reach extends directly into the economy. Early on, he developed an aggressive, independent focus on decentralized digital finance and cryptocurrency. While still a teenager, he reportedly generated a $40 million cryptocurrency payday, netting around $25 million after taxes. Family's financial planning. When launching the World Liberty financial platform, Barron acted as the primary financial advisor to his father regarding the execution. The generational knowledge gap was vast. While Barron managed multiple digital wallets, his father publicly admitted he didn't even know what a crypto wallet was. People close to the family note that he operates with a distinct psychological style. He shares his father's drive to make money, but executes deals with his mother's quiet, European aloofness, skipping the loud brashness associated with the family brand. He is expanding the family's financial portfolio into decentralized assets that his father admits he doesn't fully comprehend. Today, his operational baseline looks like this: an NYU Stern business student commuting from Trump Tower, navigating Manhattan as an independent political and financial force. The first iteration of the Trump political era relied on the visible, traditional roles of his older siblings. The emerging second era is characterized by Barron's crypto literacy and alternative media dominance. The family's most carefully hidden member has become a bridge to the digital subcultures and financial markets that the legacy organization previously ignored. His unique upbringing gave him the fluency to sit in a room full of billionaire real estate moguls and the insight to know exactly how internet subcultures actually communicate. While the internet continues to fixate on the tallest person in the room, history tends to favor the quietest listener. Right now, that listener is writing the playbook for the future of the Trump dynasty.